Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Heard 37. So I was thinking what planes to fly because we need to mix it up, I feel, a little bit. And so we're going to go back to the Twin Otter. I absolutely love that plane. I think a lot of people really enjoy that plane, so we're going to fly that a bit. And I found this flight over here at Provo, KPVU, and it's actually a short flight up to Logan, Utah. It's only about 94 miles, but it pays a lot. I mean, you can hold 19 people in here, and we got 18. It pays just under 12 grand. So even though it's short, man, it pays a ton. I think there is some return. Maybe we can do that in the next episode or something like that. Because I think Provo's a little bit bigger. We should have more jobs there. If someone wanted to fly this plane again. So let's check this out right here. FS Commander. It's got the wind coming out of the south. So we're going to take off on runway 13. That's a heading of 134 degrees. And then we'll come over here. It's kind of weird. FSX had runway 35 as the active. It had like, I think 36 or something. Not 36, but one of the other runways active as well. So I thought, great, I'm going to come straight in. But no, if you look at the weather here on FS Commander, it's coming out of the south again. So we got to take runway 17, heading of 171 degrees, airport elevation 4,455 feet. So I guess what we have to do is actually come out here to the right and get into the traffic pattern. I wish you could just come straight into the traffic pattern. Apparently, I guess you can't actually do that. Although if there's like nobody else in the area, it seems like you would be able to do that. I don't totally understand, as I'm not a real pilot, I guess. But yeah, that's what we plan on doing. Come over here. I guess that's about it. It's 3,395 pounds. Like I said, we got 18 people. We can hold a total of 19. We got 28% fuel. That's a little more than 2 hours worth, and obviously we don't need that much. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the plane. All right, everybody, here we are in the plane. Was the delivery, I think, Labrador or something like that. I guess it's Canadian. I know the plane's obviously Canadian. I'm not totally sure. There you go, Air Labrador. Although it's got some weird writing up there, I have no idea. Anyway, here we are in Provo. I think that is our runway. Well, there's two runways right there. I can't remember exactly which one is ours. Of course, there's that huge lake. We were in Provo, actually in FS Passengers, I remember. There's a massive lake over there. It's awesome. We will be up in the mountains. We're actually just outside this one of the Rocky Mountain regions of Orbx, so it's just openLC North America. We're like literally just barely to the west of that, so I don't have that. I'm not sure how high we're going to... FSX wanted us to go like 16.5 or something like that. So we might have to go pretty high. The only other thing you can do is go out to the west and there's a valley, but when you get up towards Logan, I don't know exactly how you would get over there because it doesn't look like there's much of a path. There might be somewhere, but so we'll just try to go straight there still. I'll check this out. Hopefully FSEconomy takes this. It wants us to add a little bit, so we'll go ahead and ignore that. At least it took it. This isn't one of those planes that didn't always used to take it. Alright, so here we are. It came start up. I went ahead and turned it off so we could go ahead and start it ourselves. I do that a ton in FS Passenger, but I decided we'd go ahead and do that again here. Alright, so we're in external power, DC master switch. There's the bus ties. Let's go ahead and anti-collision position lights. We'll go ahead and turn those on. No smoking, fasten seatbelts. Alright, let me zoom in here so we can see these gauges as we start it up. Alright, so we'll go right engine first. So right engine. There's 10%. Over here to the fuel. Alright, everything looked good right there. I'm going to go ahead and turn that generator on. I'll check that in a second because hard to see is right up by the edge to make sure that got on. Left engine, 10%, 12. Just watch the gauges. Alright, look good right there. Now let's go up top. Ooh. I thought I had one for up top. Yeah, we do. I don't know why that went around. So that one's on. I can't tell if this one's... So how is that generator on? Because I had them both off. That's kind of odd. Put that down on battery. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my pitot heat on. Window heat as well. I do believe that was the window heat, yeah. Alright, so everything looks good up there. We could turn the bleed air. That's weird because now the bleed airs are... Alright, so those are off now, it says. Because I was going to say, I know I turned them off. That generator kind of puzzled me because I know I turned both those off. Now, we have a little warning over here. I know one is the pneumatics, but... Alright, aft fuel, low fuel, so that's fine. Because I noticed that one down on the gauge. And of course, we have... I wonder if these are full or not. Those are full, so we can use those. We'll probably use those first. So I'm not too worried about the aft. When it gets to 0, we can just go over and put it on the forward tank. Alright, so we can't use ATC, because my thing is all screwed up with that. So... trying to remember exactly where my taxi light is. Pretty sure it's up here. Here we go, taxi light. And it's already on for some reason. I guess I may have missed that when I was turning everything off, because like I said, it came started on. Alright, so let's taxi right on over there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the flaps out to 10. Oh, taxiing in the Twin Otter. Oh, jeez. Almost forgot there for a minute. Alright, it'll be runway 13, 134. Like I said, we're like right at the intersection. And that is 134 degrees. I'll have to remember to put that in here. Alright, so I believe we're on the left one. That's 31 and 13. Actually, I can't really tell, though. Alright, we'll stop right here. Alright, 134. Wait, how? I thought we were taking off to the right. Apparently we're taking off to the left. I guess we are... Yeah, we're taking off to the south. That's why. More to the south than the north. Almost forgot that. Because like I said, FSX had the other runways active. Alright, so we can go ahead and turn our landing lights on. And our strobes up here. I was kind of wondering if we need to turn the bleed airs on or off. Alright, we're just going to use flaps 10. It looks like everything is clear. And we'll be on this runway right here because you can see with our heading is coming back to our left. We'll do a rolling takeoff. Of course, this thing gets up very, very quick. It's one of those stall aircraft, short takeoffs, landings. Yeah, plenty of room. Alright, let's get on out of here. Not quite full power. Keep it out of the red down there. Actually pulled it back a little too much there. But we can go ahead and rotate. get 2 nodes up there. Alright, go ahead and retract the flaps. Try and trim her just a little bit. A little too much. I wanted to say, no, I think it's Salt Lake City, actually, where we've been before, and there's a... what were we flying? I think it was the Skyhawk. I just remember that a lot. Now we've got 2 warnings over here, although I think it's just about the fuel. Yeah, it's about the aft down here. I hate coming down here. Just need to look. I'll deal with that in a second. Alright, let's check this out. I'm going to move this here in 1 second. Bring it around. We're actually going to roll to the right here. We need to head on up to the north, of course. Not a whole lot to see, I guess, in Provo. It's fairly big, though. I think it looks like maybe that's where most of the city is. It's about 150,000 people in just the city. The metro area is bigger. Now, BYU is located in Provo. Can't say I'm a huge... I don't have any problem with BYU, actually, as far as football goes. CDI took it over to GPS. Wasn't it the Delphers went to BYU? I think Steve Young went to BYU as well. They've actually put out some really good quarterbacks. I don't know why. Wasn't it BYU like last week? I think I saw like they were going crazy because apparently they've had, I don't know if it's their church or whatever, banned like sugary drinks, and they reversed it. It's like for the first time ever in school history that people were actually able to buy like Coke and stuff on campus. It's just the smallest things. Of course, that's completely foreign to me. How would you not be able to buy Coke and stuff? Probably got a little close to the airport there. Although with our altitude, we're probably good. And technically, well, I guess that would be the active over here. We probably should have gone out to the left. I went to the right because, like I said, you can fly out to the west and then head to the north towards that valley. We're not going to do that. We're going to go over this way. I guess, yeah, there's a big part of the city as well. Autopilot? No, don't you do that. Move my heading over here. And then I'll hit nav here in just a second. I'll go ahead and put it in nav. I'm going to bring down the power. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and hit... Oh, I hit indicated airspeed and it jerked us up. Add a little bit of power here. I didn't mean for that to happen. And see, that was kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't have done that while we were turning. And see, here's the problem. I'm going to have to climb quite a good bit. I don't understand why indicated airspeed jerked us up like that. I might have to try and shoot the gap here. We're already at 10,000. Let's go ahead and turn the landing lights off. Taxi light can go off as well. Now let's check out our fuel situation. Let's go ahead and turn that pump off. Both on forward. The aft is completely empty, so that pump is off. I think we're good there. What I want to do as well, shoot, my views will allow me. Like I said, I want to come down here and turn these on. I gotta like to see that. Engine. I'm pretty sure refuel, you put that when the plane is actually getting fueled up, not going to the other tanks. But I believe we've got it there. Alright, so that is off. We obviously don't want on both. Alright, so that looks good right there. And the plane will actually burn fuel from those tanks first, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while since I've flown this plane. Messed with it too much. And let me go ahead and mess with this. Now it's got us headed over more this way, so it may not be so bad. I'll go ahead and put it, I'm going to stop her at 12.5, which we're almost there. Pull back on the power, bring our nose down. We might have to go up to 14.5, maybe even 16.5, I don't know. Bringing the power down a little bit more to help bring that nose down. There's any huge jerking action going on when we hold the altitude. There we go. Alright, altitude hold is on. Alright, now we can go ahead and mess with these props. I'm going to put it at 80. I'd like to go to my views down here. There it is, gauges. Everything's good there. I need to remember that's right at 3, so that's kind of important. It'd be nice if I turn my transponder on. I don't know why. I'm one of those people, I always forget to turn the transponder on almost every plane. The only thing I have a question about is down here, percent GGRPM, because, well, no, we are in the green. All right. Just colorblind for a second. Let's pop this back out. Desire track 345. And I'm going to move my course to 306. That is basically the 45 degrees into the runway. For the downwind. It looks like we're going to skim right over this. I don't know if that's the valley or not. It must be, because you can obviously see the mountains over on this side and everything. But we're only about 83 miles out as well. It could be interesting for the landing on the approach, because we're only about 8,000 feet up right now. So I guess it is technically in the mountains, like 4,400 feet. 53%, that's probably pretty good right there. Alright, so we won't burn too much fuel. Alright, so that's kind of weird how there must be some heavy wind out here or something. Blowing to the left. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed on up, everybody. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, everybody, slowing her down here. I don't know if that's our airport or not. It kind of looks like her on the map, doesn't it? Alright, so let's go ahead and move off to the right. It's been hard because, you know, there are mountains over here. And at 12.5, man, we were just skimming over things. And skimming over the mountains. No, there's only a couple that we really had to go over. So it looks like maybe I should have probably checked on the AirNav. Maybe the traffic pattern is actually this way. I have no idea. I'm going to pull back on the power here. Reset my altimeter. Descend a little bit quicker. Pull back on the power even more. And so it looks like we actually do use the fuel out of here first, because you can see that's dropping down. It was at 2 or 3, I think. Now it's at 1, and these are still full. Unless those go into the refuel position, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Right? Because the other option, there's another airport over there. Yeah, they go to the engine, right? Unless I just turned it off. Oh, that's both. So I'm hoping they still get fuel. Like I said, it's been a little while since we've actually had to use this plane and use this much fuel. We're a little bit higher than I wanted to be. We want to come in around 5,500, so we're going to be a couple thousand, a little high. Landing light taxi lighter on, props are full forward. Alright, we can pretty much just go ahead and turn to 351. We should have, I think, entered more around here, but all in all, it actually wasn't too bad. There is ILS here, as you can see, if we wanted to use this 10915. I don't think it's really necessary, but we can tune it in. Just going to be one of those. There we go. 10915. Get that off. Ah, the compass won't tell us. I hate that, when the compass won't tell you. Alright, we want to be around 5,400 feet, just as a reminder. Although it would have already gone off, yeah. So we'll have to come out a little bit further. We can't just swoop around and in, since we're still a little high. Yeah, about 5,500 would have put us 1,000 above, so we came in a little high, but it's understandable because of the mountains. I didn't want to try and get down too soon because of the mountains, not knowing the area. That's all right. Autopilot coming off. Everything. 171. Alright, hands back on. Flaps going to 10. We're going to be a little low here. There we go. I think we're just going to have enough fuel in that tank, although we, like I said, we have that other fuel. Flaps going to 20. Yeah, we were cutting in just a little quick there. Oh no, not too bad. I'm gonna land flaps 30. Since we're somewhat heavy, I mean, we don't have much fuel, but we are all but one passenger, so we'll be somewhat heavy. Heavier than normal, like on FS passengers. Flaps going to 30. Yep, we just got the pressure warnings about that forward tank. Whoa, we're getting wind. A little more power here. Don't get pushed down. Man, we got pushed way over to the left. Everything looks pretty good. We're just trying to fight that left push. Come on in, girl. Fly her down to the runway. Now I'll go off. There we go. Maybe pitched up a little bit. I was actually trying to trim her down. Keep that nose down. I haven't even gotten on the brakes yet. It's a pretty nice little landing. The rollout? Nah, we'll break her. I'm not sure. Those could be the buildings down there and to the right. I'm not really sure. Alright, retracting the flaps. Alright, everything looks pretty good there. Landing lights, you can go off. Taxi lights can come off. Or, not taxi light, what am I doing? Strobes. Turn the daggone taxi light off. Alright, let's make sure that this was on. Let's stop the recording. So those must be the buildings down there. So we'll go ahead and taxi on down over there. She doesn't go too crazy here. Alright, so that's the pneumatic low pressure on the top there, top right. The other one below that, I think, is the pressure. So it's not, it should, the low fuel hasn't come on that one, just the pressure. You would think that it would be fuel first and then pressure, but apparently not. Yeah, looking at those switches down there, I don't remember if I ever noticed, I must have when I looked at it before in previous episodes, about whether it's to refuel or to the engine, but obviously we want it going to the engine. But like I said, I thought that fuel got used before here. We'll see if I turn that off. I'm going to turn that on the off position when we get down here. We'll see if the engines go off. That would be a nice test. I think maybe that's why. Maybe I before turn those off, and then when those got down to 0, I turned those both on. We went back to those tanks. I also don't think it's good that we had used all the aft and not all the, or had more in the forward tanks, because that would be a little problem. It seems like that would be more fuel towards the front, since the aft was completely empty and forward wasn't. Which is a loading problem. I don't know. I mean, I loaded it through FSX, so maybe it just didn't load correctly. Maybe FSX can't load it correctly. Those are looking less and less like airport buildings, but they must be the airport because there's nothing down there. Here in Logan, Utah. I think on up north, you go on up north and or to Salt Lake City, or did we pass Salt Lake City? I can't remember. I was trying to figure out exactly where we were, and I was looking on the map to see if we were in Orbx, one of those regions. But like I said, we're just to the west of it. So it looks like that does taxi on down there. Because I was looking, I was like, how do we get over there? So I wasn't sure if those were the aircraft or not. There's one long runway here at Logan. But I don't like how these are set, how you gotta taxi off to the right to get to it. Oh well. Looks like there's a helicopter landing out here to our right. I'm not really sure what that was. Slowing her down for that turn. I hate having to do that because, man, we were at a good pace there, and when you get to a good pace with this plane, you just want to keep it. So hopefully we weren't too pitched up. Like I said, we weren't too slow, so I'm not sure. All right, we got a runway up here. And 10. Let's check these real quick. Looks good. That's a smaller runway. Well, I guess technically, we don't really have to stop. You can just look ahead and cross. We can just taxi straight ahead. We'll go off to the right. Or should we go to left? I don't know that it matters. We're definitely not going to the fuel station there off to the left. We'll go off to the right. It's like some big open areas at this airport. Look at that. I guess that taxis all the way down to that runway. It just seems like there's a ton of space here. We're gonna just make our own parking space. There's somebody up there. Come on, plane. We were doing so good. That'll do well right there. We'll stop her right here. And we'll hit the parking brake, let FSEconomy grab it. I'm going to turn that off like I said. We'll check that. So, can we turn... Because you only got both on forward, both on aft, and norm. So as you can see, it's still running. So if you just turn that off. So we got the... Well, those are boost pumps. But yeah, if you turn those off, then I guess we'll just use those. Because I'm pretty sure still, yep, they're still completely full. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this off. Transponder, I always forget that. I should have already turned it off too as soon as we get off the runway. Damn, I'll always forget that. Seatbelts, no smoking. We'll go ahead. I'll mess with that in a second. Bleed airs, we can go ahead and turn that off. Pitot heat, window heat. Taxi light, you need to be off. Got the fuel. Off the generators. Turn the lights off. Turn that off. DC master switcher off. Bless ties. I think everything is off now. So let's go on over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. Alright everybody, so here's income, $11,976. Rented the plane for 55 minutes at $520 an hour. Costing us $477.24. We used $156.93 worth of fuel. $91.78 for the additional crew. $1,197.60 for the ground crew fee. $1,077.84 for the booking. Those all come to $2,524.14. And so we bring in $8,974.61 for the group. We'll go over to the banking here. That's not what I wanted. 10,000 and 10,000. So let's see what we've got here. $170,689, and the cents won't matter, so I'll kick that out. Plus $146,342. Plus our 20,000. 337. Man, we are getting really freaking close. What do we want? 385 or something to be on the safe side? Something like that. So we are really, really close to needing that. That's going to be awesome, because I think we might actually have to get to that 25 grand extra by the time we actually buy that plane. So I have to have what we want for a plane plus the little 25 extra. But we're close, man. We're really close. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.